morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back with breaking news. The Brooklyn Nets are trading James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. The Nets are including Paul Millsap in the deal. And the 76ers at the very, very top are sending the Nets an unprotected 2022 first-round pick and a protected 2027 first-round pick. I'm going to go ahead and break down the news of this and what my thoughts are. I love the move for both teams. Just for the simple fact that the Philadelphia 76ers weren't going anywhere with Ben Simmons. As much as James Harden has talked about going to the 76ers during the offseason, it made sense for them to trade away Ben Simmons because of the simple fact that he is not part of the team. He's want to be traded. He wanted to get traded since the beginning of the season. He has yet to show up. He has lost $19 million in fines. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Get rid of the headache. You get a star shooting guard, one of the best guards in the league, right behind like Klay Thompson, so on and so forth. There are so many great guards in this league, let alone shooting guards in this more specific general position of shooting guard. But they get a great shooting guard. They still get a good power forward, backup center / backup power forward in Paul Millsap. And they get a great point guard / shooting guard in this deal. And the chemistry for Kevin Durant and Kyrie, especially Kyrie, when it comes to James Harden, he was just not liking the idea of the aspect of Kyrie being unvaccinated. It's not the fact that he was unvaccinated. It's the fact that he was not able to play any games. They barely played any games altogether. This is a game changer. Ben Simmons, I'm fairly certain, is vaccinated. Same with Seth and Andre Drummond. That they get somebody that's going to be there full time. And the level of Ben Simmons, people have been absolutely crapping on Ben Simmons, but I like Ben Simmons a lot. He does everything other than what James Harden does, and that's score. And when it comes to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, that's their primary things, is that they love to score. Ben Simmons is a great facilitator. He's a great ball handler. He's not going to, comparatively to Kyrie Irving, he's great, but he's not excellent compared to someone like Kyrie Irving. But the facilitating he does, the rebounding, he does everything what they, again, don't do. Seth Curry's a great three-point shooter. You still have Joe Harris. They get Andre Drummond and 2 first-round picks. Wow. In the scheme, yes, I see both teams winning this trade. More so, I think Brooklyn wins this for the fact that you're still able to keep Joe Harris. You're able to get Ben Simmons, and you're getting 2 first-round picks. Yes, the Nets win, but also the 76ers win because they get rid of they let Ben Simmons, they get rid of the headache, what's going on with Ben Simmons, and they go and get James Harden instead. This is a game changer. This is one of the craziest trade deadlines in a couple years, if not a decade. I would have to go and look at, in which I might actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might go ahead and look at the past decade and see some trade deadlines for the past decade to see if there was one crazier, but this is just insane. Also, we'll jump right into some other trades real quick that I didn't get the chance to cover because I was playing some Teamfight Tactics with Chris during the live stream. Plus, my internet was crapping out, so I didn't get the chance to really delve into this. The Boston Celtics are trading PJ Dozier and Bol Bol, a future second and cash, to the Magic for a future second-round pick. Sources tell ESPN Dozier and Bol Bol are both out for the season, cost-saving for Boston. So, again, this is just a cash dump, essentially, for the Celtics. The Magic, get a second round pick and cash. They get to save some money, so it's nothing too crazy in that fact. Where is the this one right down here? In which we'll get into the Dragic one here in a minute. This was awesome. I love this for both teams. I did talk about it briefly, but I didn't really get into the NBA trade deadline mindset. I was playing Team Fight Tactics. Kings are getting DiVincenzo, great three-point shooter, good defender. Trey Lyles, a good stretch four, and Josh Jackson. I like that trade for the Kings. They went and got themselves a stretch four for Sabonis. He got it for De'Aaron Fox. I love that trade for the Kings. They're actually doing stuff. I'm telling you guys, this is a great... Kings are actually building something great. The Bucks are getting themselves a 4/5 in Serge Ibaka, who can stretch the floor to an extent. 2 future second round picks, which is awesome. Some cash too. That's always good. Rodney Hood, Samuel Ojale to the Clippers, which is not a bad move. It's again building some more depth. Along with, I think their contract is very small, so they can actually possibly go out and give themselves a third star this offseason. And then the Pistons get Marvin Bagley, a guy that has played pretty much 0 minutes since he went to the since last year, and I think since last year he's played very little minutes and none. They went and got Sabonis, so this makes sense for the Detroit Pistons to give it a shot. Worst case scenario is that he ends up becoming a free agent, goes to another team, and becomes a journeyman. But I do love Marvin Bagley a lot. He has torn up the Pacers quite often. So I love Marvin Bagley, and I love the opportunity that he gets with the Detroit Pistons. Where's that trade at? Hold on 1 second. Where is it at? That was 4 hours ago. The Spurs, who are trading for Toronto's Goran Dragic, are expected to negotiate a contract buyout with Dragic. Among the interested are Dallas, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Clippers. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. The Raptors are trading Goran Dragic, a protected 2022 first-round pick, to the Spurs for Thad Young, Drew Eubanks, and a 2022 second-round pick via Pistons, sources tell ESPN. Pick is protected 1 through 14 in 2022. And so if it becomes to where Toronto is the 14th pick, they get to keep their pick. But if it's 15 through 30, then the Spurs get that pick instead. 1 through 13 in 2023. So it becomes that much more to where if they lose their pick, or they don't really lose their pick, they get to keep their pick. They get to keep their pick. If it does not become... It's confusing. Oh, I got it now. The pick is 1 through 14, and if they do keep their own pick, it's still a possibility the Spurs could get it in 2023. And if it does fall to 14 or 13th, they get to keep their pick, and that if anything, it would become 2 seconds beyond that. Which it makes sense because Thad Young's been upset. He has not been wanting a rebuilding team with the San Antonio Spurs. Drew Eubanks is a great center that they get to have, and they're only getting rid of a second round pick. They're going to get Goran Dragic, who they're going to probably possibly buy out, and a first round pick from the San Antonio Spurs that if it does become the 15th pick for the Toronto Raptors, the Spurs get it instead, which is awesome. So that's just... There's so much has happened here in the past 5 minutes. Like, I was watching Crispy Flakes. Like I said, my internet has been acting really shoddy. Plus, I've been downloading a game, Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4, my coworker and my classmate, Jacob, we're going to be playing some... Gears of War 4, which I'll probably do for a series on YouTube. But here is one more note. The Nuts will get the Sixers 2022 first round pick unprotected with a right to defer until 2023, and a 2027 first round pick protected 1 to 8. Sources tell ESPN. The 2027 pick will roll over to 2028, protected 1 to 8 again. The two picks turn into 2 seconds and $2 million in 2029. So again, that is huge, and that if the Nets are not liking what's going on with that pick, if it's not like a top 15, or if it's like the 26th pick, something like that, they can defer to 2023, which is pretty nice. And that it's a possibility that James Harden, if they're not clicking on all cylinders, that he might want to go and like leave the Nets, or not the Nets, but the 76ers. If they're not clicking on all cylinders, he's not feeling the chemistry, he could up and leave and go to another team, and all of a sudden their 2023 pick could be just absolutely abysmal, and this could blow up on the 76ers a lot. This is a huge risk for the 76ers, because James Harden could possibly just walk away after this season. But that's just breaking news, and that is going to be at the end of this video. If there is any other breaking news, which we still have for me, is another hour and a half, or Eastern time, another hour and a half for you guys actually in the Pacific time, but it's more of the specifics of 3 p.m. and noon. If there's any other breaking news, I will go ahead and do a quick video. But with all of that being said, guys, I'm in this video right here, and I'll talk to you guys later.